Bye. So anyway,
Arvind was leading me towards the guru, and I wasn't keeping up with him. I was kind of hanging back because I was a little reluctant, and Arvind's leading me to guide me through these people, and I felt bad blocking their view. And then when Arvind approached the guru, I was probably about 5 to 7 feet back, and he was like waving me like, okay, come on.
Who was waving you?
Arvind was waving me towards the guru to receive my blessing. And it was a...
Now, did you know it was a blessing, or did you know what it was?
I knew that other people had been blessed because we saw the musicians and we saw the hostess.
Okay. So you saw the procedure.
Yeah.
That you would kneel down and then he would chant some words and do some things.
Yeah, I didn't know what he said or did because we couldn't really see very well where we were.
I got you. Okay.
So I did kneel down and I was just waiting for instruction.
Okay, without going into any of his words, he did give you some instructions.
Yes.
You followed them.
I did.
And then what happened?
I bowed my head and he asked me to hold my hands out.
Okay, remember we said we're not going to get into the dialogue. Okay. No, that's between you and him.
Okay.
I wouldn't make that public.
Okay.
Okay, so you're in front of him and just tell me the actions that took place.
I was handed something.
Right, you exchanged some words and he gave you something.
Yes.
Okay, so he gave you a gift.
Yes.
And that was pretty much it.
Yes.
And then you got up and walked back to your seat.
I did.
Okay. So how did you feel once you received the blessing and the gift and you went back to your seat? How did you feel after seeing the guru that so many people from around the world would like to be as close to him as you were to receive the blessings that everybody's talking about? How did you feel?
I felt kind of confused.
Okay.
I felt like I was taking up a space that I should not have been taking up. And
you're saying you felt as though you didn't deserve the blessing, in other words?
Yeah, and I felt a sense of responsibility.
Okay, so let's get this straight. So a part of you felt like you did not deserve the blessing, even though you took it.
Yeah.
And then a part of you feels now that you took it, there's a sense of responsibility.
Yes.
Okay, now which one... Remember, we're looking for balance here. So between the two, which one is the indicator leaning more toward? That you're not worthy or that you feel the obligation, the responsibility?
I'm more leaning towards the responsibility for receiving something from someone who is so highly revered amongst millions of people. Okay,
so now let's talk about this responsibility that you now feel you have. What is that?
The sense of responsibility I feel is to honor, and I feel it's the sense of responsibility is to ensure that I live out something in a high regard, to honor the blessing that I received.
Okay, so to honor the blessing, what was the blessing?
I'm still working on what the blessing is.
Okay, so you received the blessing, you do not know what it is.
Yeah, I was acknowledged in some way, and I don't fully understand it yet.
Based on the gift that you were given, that you showed me, and based on my research and speaking with others who are well aware of what you were given, says that you are on a spiritual journey. So that part has been acknowledged. I'm not saying validated or certified, but it is acknowledged by a divine teacher that you are on a spiritual journey. Now, did you know that you were on a spiritual journey like you know now, or do you feel as though you already knew that?
I felt like I was on a growth journey.
But this one is spiritual.
Right, and
I understand. Which overlap.
Yes, and so to have it refined and identified as a spiritual journey and growth in spirituality, I think is really amazing and special.
Okay, now do you know the difference between growth and spiritual growth? There's a difference between the two,
right?
And we'll talk about that on the next video.
Okay.
All right. So there's a difference, because, you know, there are a lot of people that are growing,
Yeah.
but they're not growing spiritually.
Right. And it's nice to have it singled out as, in this arena, this is where I'm seeking growth and experiencing growth, because I'm experiencing growth in other areas also.
Right. But what I'm saying is the blessing, from what I could see based on what you received, is that you're also on another path. Whether, I don't know what path you're growing on, but there's another path that's known as the spiritual path.
Okay.
Because remember, the regular path that you're on there's going to be a lot of misgivings, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of repeated errors. And there's going to be a lot of values that are dysfunctional and toxic.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people that are growing. I know all kinds of people that are growing, but they're growing in toxicity and into some kind of a fake feeling of good, a fake feeling of progress, but deep down inside, they don't feel fulfilled. And you know how you can tell? Because the question I always ask everybody is, and I'll ask you this question, but you're not going to answer it.
Okay.
What is your go-to for healing? And that go-to for healing identifies whether you're on a spiritual growth path or just a growth path, and you'll lack the spirituality. And that gets very complicated. And that's one of the reasons why that would be one of the questions I would want you to ask if you're about to pursue a relationship with a man. I know you want to get married.
Yeah.
You'll meet somebody, you'll date them, and you say, what question can I ask? What is your go-to for healing?
Ooh.
And I promise you, a lot of people aren't prepared to answer that question. They can't even fake that one.
I'll have to write that one down.
Okay, well, you write that down, and we'll look forward to the next vlog.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you again.
Okay, my pleasure, young lady. We'll chat soon. Okay.